Hey, good morning, guys. I'm on my way to work, and I was just listening to this collection of motivational videos on YouTube. It was a nice little playlist. It said I think the title was the best motivational videos of 2020, and I really needed to hear all those messages this morning because this week has been a brutal week. Um, I've just been hit with a series of disappointments and setbacks as far as getting the house and dealing with work and just a bunch of little things, big and little things. And I guess the title of this video would be, how good can you be when things get really bad? And in my opinion, you can grow in the good times. It's just not that dramatic. Your growth spurt isn't that huge when everything is 100. But when things are really difficult, really challenging, really stressful, brutal, that's when you really see growth. That's when you really start to shine and learn. Woo! But I tell you, those times are probably the most. It's where you got to stretch the most, mentally, physically, spiritually, all the above. And so yesterday was probably it was the cherry on top, I would say. And I got some news from my lender about a setback that may endanger the whole housing process. And so I'm immediately concerned. So I had to send some letters off to get some things approved, and of course everybody is running on their own time frame. And I still saw the miracle out of the madness, but it's a lot of pressure, man. It's a lot of pressure. And so while I'm going through all that, um, I'm still at work and I'm still dealing with some stuff, and one of my clients no showed on me, and had it just kind of set me off, and I couldn't even respond. I couldn't even respond. I know better than to say anything when I'm really stressed, because my mouth will sometimes not be as polished as it should be. You might get a little taste of the other will, not the polite, friendly, ha ha ha, kumbaya will. You get that other will, that ghetto will. And then, as I was driving home, somebody was parked in my wife's parking spot at the apartment complex, and I was just so frustrated that my immediately thought process was, I'm gonna go slash this cat tires. And then I said, no, I'm gonna get one of those tire locks and put it on his tire. You know, and I started thinking they're doing it on purpose. It's the downstairs neighbor that called the cops on my daughter because of the noisy grandkids. I mean, I'm going off in my head. I'm going off. And so when I get upstairs and I get to my room, I mean, you you could just see the storm cloud rolling around my head. And I get on the bed, you know, because all we got pretty much is just our air mattresses and a couple pieces of furniture. So I just collapse on the bed, just stare at the ceiling, and my wife's, kind of like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Oh, of course." As a man, I say, "I'm fine." I'm planning homicide, but I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. And so, then she starts, kind of laughing. She's like, yeah, So I just parked in my parking spot, but it's not that serious. It's not a big deal. And I just snapped. I start saying, I paid for that parking spot, and that's not right. Da 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 da. Blah blah blah. And then it's like a breaker switch caught me and said, Will, it's not her fault. Why are you tripping? And so I immediately shut down. Bloop. Turned off my mouth and just went silent. And so she asked me again, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Okay, I'm just feeling the pressure, honey." Still haven't told her. I still haven't told her what's going on. I'm just saying I'm feeling some pressure, and I'm just everything, just the apartment. I don't tell her the details. I just tell her everything but what's really bothering me. And so then we do our online Bible study, and the lesson in the Bible study was really interesting because it was talking about you know how powerful it is when two people come together in prayer to work as a unit. And so during Bible study, the pastor goes into prayer, and my wife reaches over and grabs my hand to pray with me, and I'm just kind of looking at her like, man, you know just really appreciating her. But because in my mind, I'm thinking I can't tell her what's going on because I don't want her to feel the disappointment and pressure that I feel. I want her to hold on to I want her to hold on to her positive attitude because I'm thinking, if she starts to crack, it'll destroy me, which is not true. And so, I'm still not still not talking. I'm trying to cover up with my attitude. So I'm telling some jokes, I'm smiling a little bit, operating. And so then we get to bed, and she still sees it on me, and she says, I wish you would just tell me. You know, I need to know. I need to share the burden, da 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 da, whatever. And so finally, I tell her, and she gets quiet, and then she turns around and she's like, it's still gonna work out. It's still gonna be all right. And it's funny because the whole day after I had gotten the bad news about the mortgage, if you would have saw me, going to the post office and mailing off this letter overnight, I'm talking to myself like a crazy man, you know. And if people would have like been close to me, if they would have broke the 6 foot rule, they could have heard me mumbling to myself saying, "You're a good counselor. You're a good man. God loves you." And it's gonna work out. It's gonna work out, Will. It's gonna work out. No matter what, it's gonna work out. And I'm saying this, and I know, you know, I look crazy. I look crazy, but I'm talking to myself, and I'm trying to speak positives into the negativity that's going on in my mind. Because there's another part of me that's just like, it's game over. You're gonna be stuck in a 2 bedroom apartment with with 7 people, grandkids, crawling on the ceiling for the rest of your life. So I'm in this battle all day, talking to myself. I called a couple friends. They prayed for me. I'm scrambling, but I didn't. Sometimes I find it interesting how we neglect to use the people closest to us when we're really struggling. And I don't know if that's because we want to appear stronger than we are, or we are insecure in our efforts to understand how much people love us. So, we went to bed. My wife rubbed my back and was, praying for me and just saying, just, you know, kind of counseling me with just, letting me know it's going to be okay. And then this morning she hugged me and told me it's going to be okay, and don't worry, and don't take all the pressure on yourself. And I could feel the weight start to come off of me. And so I was able to not just say the words that it's going to be all right, but really feel the words in my heart that it's going to work out. It's going to work out. Stop tripping, you know. And so I guess this whole message is, just, for you guys to remember that, these trials will come, and they will be intense. They're supposed to be intense. It wouldn't be it wouldn't be a trial if it wasn't. But if you just hang on, even if you're hanging on by the skin of your teeth, by your fingernails, you maintain, you withstand, and don't try to do it solo. Don't be like Will. Don't be like Will. Be better than me. And get with your team, get with your family, get with the people that you know that love you, and climb that mountain together. Okay. So that's my message for this morning. Um, I'm going to work, and let's do this. Let's do this, you guys. It's gonna work out. Love you guys. Talk to you later.